So, Josh Howard, you are one of the hosts of Eschatology Matters, and I have heard you described in some interesting ways. One of them was my own. I described you guys as being both based and kind. And then I think it was A.D. Robles who used the term a winsome savage of you. So I wanted to get your thoughts, because one of the things we want to do at Clear Truth is be able to communicate truth that is oftentimes challenging, truth that isn't often widely accepted, but do so in a way that is kind and brings people on that journey. So would you just give us a little bit of your philosophy of how you interact with people and how you stand by conviction, but also do so in a way that seems and feels very relatable to people?
AD was the first one to describe me as winsomely savage. I cracked up at that. The whole thing is, the whole venture we've done at Eschatology Matters and just kind of within ministry has been trying to encourage conversation within guardrails. So we understand there's sort of those guardrails of orthodoxy. There's certain lines we can't cross, but within Christendom or within Christianity in general, there's a lot of divergent opinions. And so when we come into those divergent opinions, there's issues of triage, and there's issues of first order, second order, third order, those sort of things that we have to do in Christian doctrine. But in general, I think most of us are trying to aim for clarity on division and also unity when we can find unity. Especially in the day and age we live in, there's a huge need for Christian unity against sort of a secular onslaught that we're facing in the world. So that's been kind of one of our approaches just in general in ministry, is that if we have disagreements, substantive, true disagreements, we want to make those clear. So oftentimes that leads to conversations. I want to talk to people. I want to hear what they have to say. This goes back to that sort of Chestertonian approach of don't tear down a fence without knowing why it was there, right? I want to actually know their viewpoints, but then I want those differences, where there are substantive differences, we want those to come to the forefront. I think the reason a lot of us recoil, like myself especially, at hearing, when I heard winsome, I was like, ugh, that I don't know if I want to be winsome. It's because
I've been accused of that as well, and I don't like that. Yeah, but I get you.
I think it's because the way we've used that word, the way we used it's sort of a shorthand for compromise. So when we talk about winsomeness, in general, we're talking about just kind of compromise with those and a sort of downplaying of actual issues that shouldn't be downplayed. That's not what winsome has to mean, and that's where the savage comes in. When I hear winsomely savage, I'm thinking savage means there is a lack of compromise, especially on those major first order issues. There's a bold stand where there needs to be a bold stand. The winsomeness just comes in insofar as we're trying to be ironic. We're trying to seek for peace. We're trying to seek for clarity. So if it's ironically savage, we're aiming for peace and unity, but we're also uncompromising. I think that's a good place to be for the Christian.
Very good. Yeah, I think you guys do that really well. You have, I don't know if we've announced anything publicly or you've said anything, but you are going to be one of the contributors for us here at Clear Truth, and we're very excited about that. Just tell us a little bit about what attracted you whenever we said that you're interested in it, and you were. What was the thing that sort of made you think that's a worthwhile project?
Yeah. Well, we were fortunate enough to get to know you back before your name was everywhere, but the Irish accent just wooed me right in. The whole approach of Clear Truth, right, is trying to be uncompromising on those major issues, and especially those things that are attacking society. One of the things that I heard you guys say, which I really identified with, is that the battle of the day is not going to be the battle of tomorrow, and it's not necessarily the battle of yesterday. We can read guys like Machen, and we can read guys like Schaeffer, and we can say, man, it seems like they're talking in our own day, but they're not. Our day has some very specific threats against society, culture in general, the good and the natural in this world, but also specifically against Christianity. There's specific threats that have to be addressed. So one of the things that I've heard from you guys, which I really appreciated, I think it's going to be a great help to Christians, is to be uncompromising, again, on those issues while trying to give quality content, quality Christian content that can encourage the Christian body in the midst of those trials and struggles. There's always the need to build up the body. There's always the need to educate and to encourage and to raise up. And to do that, though, with a clear eye toward what is not going to be sacrificed, what sort of threats are not going to be allowed to infiltrate and to sort of be a cancer in that body of literature coming out. So I think it's feeding a great need for the Christian church.
Super. Well, we're really excited to have you involved, and we've got a bunch of great people involved alongside as well. So thank you so much, and continue to be winsomely savage. We will look forward to seeing that wherever we find you on the internet.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Jamie. I appreciate you.